morning. It is almost 9 a.m. It's about 8:50. Normally I would be going to the gym, so I would be getting up, getting ready to go, but my back has been hurting quite badly over the last week or so, and because of that, I have not been going. Yesterday it felt good, and today it feels good, and I'm not going to chance it, so I'm just going to not go. That being said, I do think I'm going to take a shower this morning. I don't normally because I go to the gym. I'm going to take a shower because I just think that would be really nice. So let's go get ready for the day. Story. I had to make a couple of fairly large changes structurally, even in the first 3 chapters. So there's 3 POVs. There's a woman, a man, and a teenager, and originally it was in that order: woman, man, teenager, and now I'm changing it because something that I need to happen, like, be the last POV needs to be the man. So like I've changed it to being woman, teenager, man, because the woman needs to be the first one. So I'm having to restructure everything slightly to make sure that they're happening in the correct order and certain things are being shown in the correct order without spoiling for other things. That being said, I'm not really good at this. Outlining, not my strong suit, but not only that, I've noticed that I haven't read a fantasy book in like a intense fantasy book, which is kind of what this will be, in a few years. I've had a really hard time getting into them lately, especially because so many of them have romance, and I just cannot stand romance. I don't like it. I don't want to read it. Unless it's something like, example, Legends and Lattes, where it's there, but it's not like the focus, like other things are going on. I don't want to read about it. I don't want to read about them kissing. I don't want to read about them holding hands. I don't want any of that. I don't care. I'm not interested. And so many fantasy novels have it, and I find it so obnoxious. So I'm going to go onto Reddit, and I'm going to make a list of fantasy books that have very little to no romance, and I'm going to see if I can find them on like Libby or on Everend, which is just Scribd but named slightly different, and I'm going to make a list and try to read some and see if that helps me out with like the structure of this, because I'm not doing a great job. And then it is like almost 10:30. I don't have to leave till for another like hour or so. So I'm gonna try to get that done before I leave, and then that way I can keep working on this for like the hour before work. That's generally what I do. I'll go to work an hour early, and then I'll continue working on stuff for about an hour and then clock in. So yeah, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that. Let's get to it. Okay, so what I've found is that one, Sir Terry Pratchett or Brandon Sanderson are kind of a go-to, which I agree with Brandon Sanderson. There is light romance in it, but they're not like intense in your face. I've never read a Terry Pratchett book. I know that his is kind of like nonsense fantasy, if that makes sense. But a lot of these are low fantasy, urban fantasy, or like real world fantasy, if that makes sense. So they're like, it's a fantasy that takes place in Paris. I don't want to read about the real world. Or they're middle grade, and I love middle grade, but I don't want to read just middle grade. So I might make this into a video. This might turn itself into its own video. Hello, can I have a grande brown sugar shaken espresso with brown sugar cold foam and an extra shot, that's all. Hello. I definitely did not forget to make the outro for this last night after work. So I'm doing it today before work. I managed to re-outline the first 3 chapters and then to change the formatting. Got a little bit into chapter 4 of the new outline, and then I wrote the list of books that may end up being its own video at some point. I ended up getting more work, quote unquote, done than I normally would, and I'm quite proud of myself for getting that much done. Work was very busy. Work was kind of a nightmare. We got out very, very late, and I am very, very tired. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to chug a cup of coffee, and I will see you later. So have a good evening, afternoon, or morning, depending on when you're watching this. I can say my own outro. Bye.